All right, Oval fans, hope everyone's doing well. Honestly, I thought I was done with Oval videos for quite some time, but a few comments and messages have come in basically asking me to kind of rethink a couple things. I'll do this video about the secure line of Donald, then I'll do another video about Kyle. So go ahead and hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post content to the channel. Follow me on social media. Links are in the description below, and let's dive in. This shouldn't be too long, but a lot of people have been asking me to consider, hey, Jeremy, what if Lilly was the person to call Donald in regards to coming home and catching her and Bobby in bed together? And then on top of that, some other people have been also suggesting that what if Kyle was the one to do it? Now, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that even though I like the Kyle theory, the person who had called Donald, I don't remember hearing the voice of the person who did it. All I know is that this was in the Oval, the Oval in the show, the Oval. This was after Diane, I believe, had basically told off Hunter to his face about, hey, I'm going to snitch to the FBI. And then she leaves. And then Hunter's pissed off because he's telling, Donald yet again, like, this is your problem. And that's when he leaves. And then Donald calls Kyle to go nuclear. And then I believe right before Donald was about to step out of the Oval himself, he gets a phone call. He answered like, wait, who is this? Wait, come home immediately. And then he zooms off. I don't believe we heard a voiceover. So I don't know if it was a feminine or masculine voice on the phone. Not to mention if it was Kyle or Lilly. Don't you think they would need like a voice modifier or something like that? Just because Donald, I think he would be smart enough to tell Lilly, is this a fake voice? Kyle, is that you? So, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, to be honest, I feel like I've gotten a better argument from people saying it was Kyle because, based on later in the episode after Kyle had handled Diane, which again, that will be a separate video in itself. Not Diane, fully Diane, Kyle, I've already done a video about that, but basically a Kyle-centric video. The point people want to make is like, well, hey, we know that Kyle is mad at Donald for getting back together with Lilly. So by convincing and showing Donald that Lilly really isn't kind of like on his side, this will be a way for him to get rid of Lilly so he can have Donald for himself. And so it's like, what, Bobby? Are you kidding me? Well, wait, you're not upset about this, are you? So it's almost as if it's sabotage, which I wouldn't put past Kyle, considering, if I remember correctly, he kind of screwed things up in order to usurp Max's position as like, the head of security for the family. Well, not necessarily. I think Yuma was in charge of that, but then now Sam's and everyone. Basically, he wanted to knock Max down a few levels in order to take his spot, like Flash from the 5 Heartbeats. You trying to take my spot, Flash, but you ain't gonna get it. So basically, I wouldn't put it past Kyle to do something like that to get rid of Lilly to get with Donald. And then on the Lilly side, I just don't understand why she would do it. Now, some people pointed out to me the whole Lilly telling Bobby, hey, I'm going to get back with my husband. You need to get back with your wife. I think this was like one of their first phone calls after she went back to Donald's house. People have been saying, oh, yeah, they're just speaking in code, Jeremy. They don't want to be caught or anything. So I guess that makes sense, I guess. I'm not saying that the people who told that to me are wrong, but it makes sense. But then again, the consistency of these stories making sense has been a bit off. So I'll agree to disagree and say that, okay, yeah, they are speaking in code. But then for her to call Bobby over, okay, I don't know if this was to set up Bobby, because I did a video about that last week, but maybe this was a situation of like, I'm going to call Bobby over. We're going to have sex. And it's like, I guess, I'm going to contact Donald, obviously not when Bobby's there, because Bobby knocked on the door and then he came in to see Lilly. Well, the bedroom door, not the front door of the house. So I'm wondering, like, at what point did Lilly contact Donald? Because the distance between the cabin and the house, I believe is like an hour and some change. It's not it. Remember, the cabin is kind of like in the middle of, it's like the middle of the map where, hey, we're only an hour and some change away from the Rakadushi compound, but then we're also an hour and some change away from DC. Because remember, it was kind of like clocked when Kyle said they were following Diane, but then she got out of the gas station, got into another car, and we don't know what happened after that. There was a distance of about an hour and some minutes. So obviously, Lilly wouldn't have contacted Donald while Bobby was there and they were having sex, because of the fact that how would she have done that without him knowing? And then the distance between Donald getting to the house before Bobby, that makes sense. So it wasn't like Lilly contacted Donald while Bobby was on the way. It just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. I mean, the only way this makes sense is if she did contact Donald to come over, but only in the sense of, hey, I want to lay down the ground rules. You messed around with Kyle, I messed around with Bobby. Hence why in the next episode, she decides to lay down some ground rules. And Donald is like, wait, are you serious? So I would be more inclined to say Max probably did it, just because he figures, you know what, this whole thing is going to blow up. I don't trust Diane. I don't trust Lilly. Bobby's too in his feelings about it. So you know what? I think I'm better off alone. I want to make this phone call. Remember, Max was on staff before he was arranged to be killed by Kyle. So it would make sense if he had the contact number for Donald's secure line. And as a result, he set up Bobby. And then when Bobby comes back, he's like, I don't know. It's like he just walked out. So it's like something just doesn't seem right. It just doesn't seem right at all. So if it was Lilly or Kyle, I can kind of see the rationale, but I would rather stick to the other video I did and say it was either Jason or it was Max. But then again, I did this video because a lot of people were commenting on it. So let me know your thoughts. Who was the person who contacted Donald on his secure line to tell him to come home, but didn't say why? Because something tells me if it was one of his staff watching over at the house, they would have either contacted Donald after they had caught Bobby or something, because it wouldn't make sense for them to contact Donald while they're having sex, because it's like, wait, we have an unidentified person in the house with Lilly. What's going on here? So it had to be somebody who knew Bobby was already at the house, as opposed to, oh, we got Bobby outside. No. So it was somebody who knew what was going on. And I think that's the best way to put it. So thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all soon.